What's poppin', dogs? Mr. Allen here. We're going to be doing some operations with functions in this video. I've got three different functions, f of x, g of x, and h of x, and we'll be doing some addition, subtraction, multiplication, and even some evaluating with some addition. Now, if you're looking for some compositions, I'm going to do a video on that as well, so be sure to check that one out. First one here, we have f of x plus g of x. So all I need to do is add these two together. I'll write it up. We would have 3x plus 4 plus that negative 2x plus 1. So really you can just think about that as like subtraction there, right? So 3x negative 2x is going to give me just x. 4 plus 1 is going to give me 5. And there we go. F of x plus g of x is x plus 5. Done. Now over here, we have some subtraction going on. Now what's interesting with these is you can have different types of notation. Here I have it split up as f of x plus g of x. Here it looks like f minus g of x. They mean the same thing, so this could also be written as f of x minus g of x, okay? So those are the same notations, and over here you see something different. You could see this just as f minus g, and it means the same thing. So let's write it up. I'd have 3x plus 4, so 3x plus 4 minus, and I'm going to put g in parentheses here because it's subtraction, so we are going to have to distribute there. Negative 2x plus 1. So now I'll distribute my negative into the parentheses. I'd have 3x plus 4 plus 2x minus 1. And now I'll combine my like terms. 3x, 2x, that gives me 5x. 4, negative 1, that gives me plus 3. Bingo bango, we are donezo. This one here, f times h. Okay, now remember, this is not f of h. A little circle, open circle will be f of h. That's a composition. I'll do that again in another video. But for this one, we have f times h, which could also be written as f of x times h of x, or even of the form f times h of x. So you could have the parentheses around here and then an x right next to it, kind of like you have for that one. Okay, so three different notations really with functions here, which I know is kind of challenging to remember them all, but got to be fluent in them all. All right, some texts use different notations. So for this one, I'm going to write down my 3x plus 4, and this is going to want to be in parentheses here. So I have 3x plus 4, and then I'll have my h of x, which is x squared plus x minus 5. And regardless of how this is written here, if I had h times f of x, I would still write it in this way because multiplication, you could reverse it, right? And I like having the binomial first for distribution purposes, okay? So first I'm going to do 3x times all of these. Boom, boom, and boom. We will have 3x cubed. And then we have 3x times x is 3x squared. And then 3x times negative 5 is negative 15x. Now what I like to do here, especially when you're dealing with a binomial like this one and a trinomial like that, and all the degrees work their way down, when I distribute the next one, I write it below. I'll show you in just a sec here. I write it below the like terms. So when I do 4 times x squared, I'll just put 4x squared right here. And then 4 times x is plus 4x. And then 4 times negative 5 is negative 20. So now I have my like terms, and I can almost just think of it as like addition vertically. If you want to do that, cool. You don't have to do that. You can just write it all in one line. I didn't have the room for it. So there we go. I had that reason to do it as well. I got 3x cubed, and then we have 7x squared. And then I have a negative 11x minus 20. Boom. Diggity. That was a tough one right there. It was a tough one. Hopefully I didn't fall off the screen there. Oh, we're okay. Just a little bit off there. I can see it on my watch. All right. Last one over here. I'll do this one in orange. Orange, you glad? We are almost done. That was hilarious. All right. G of 2 plus h of 3. So what do? Well, I'm going to plug 2 into my g function, and I'll plug 3 into my h function, evaluate, and just add it all up. So for g of 2, I'm going to have negative 2 times 2 plus 1. And then for h, I'll put 3 in the parentheses, so 3 squared plus 3. I don't really need parentheses there, but I like to put parentheses anytime I'm substituting to show that I've done the substitution, okay? That's just my preference. You don't have to do that. It's up to you. It's up to you. This is my video, though, so I'm going to do what I want to do. All right. Here I've got negative 4. Over here, plus 1 still. Then we have plus 9. 3 squared is 9. Plus 3 minus 5. And now let's put it all together, okay? So we have 1 and 9 is 10. 13, those are all my positives. And then I got negative 9 out of these two. Actually, that would just cancel that guy. It's what, 4? There we go. Okay. So there's different ways you can do this mentally, as you saw as I was working through that. Negative 4 and negative 5, that's going to get rid of the 9, so it's just 1 plus 3. You could also do like 1 plus 9 plus 3. That's 13, and that's negative 9. 13 minus 9 is 4. It's good to practice some mental math. Get good at that. You can always, use your calculator if it's allowed. But I'd imagine all of these on an Algebra 2 test are going to be in the non-calculator portion. So there you go, you guys. Got some addition, subtraction, multiplication, and evaluating with functions here. In another video, I'm going to do some composition, so be sure to check that one out. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.